What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 16 of TennoView. If you checked out every episode, whether in channel or on YouTube, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming back for the next installment. Today we have an awesome guest, somebody I'm really excited to talk to. A friend of mine, LifeofRio. He's a big time YouTuber, or at least he'll tell you that. And also recently, I guess, more recently would be the proper terminology, started out on Twitch. He's a partnered Twitcher. He's a partnered Warframer. He does Endgame. That's his thing. And sarcasm. So we're just going to jump into it and get talking to him. Alright, Rio. What's up, my dude? Unmute yourself now. We're good. We're ready. Hollywood Rio, everybody. Hello, Rio.
Hello there, Mr. Goku.
Don't talk to me like that. How you doing today, man?
Dude, I'm good. What's going on?
Not too much, not too much. So, thank you for doing the interview with me, man. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy-ass schedule.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Between, getting food, sleeping, eating, found time to get you in there. I did.
Oh, and I'm very thankful.
Should be blessed.
So, the first question I ask everybody on the show is, when did you start playing Warframe and what got you into it?
I started playing Warframe February 12th, 4 years ago. So I hit my 4-year mark. I'm a little bit past it. And what got me into it is my friend actually found out about the game before I did. I know, what a nerd. And he literally started playing, and he was playing maybe like a week or so before me. He told me to get into it. So I started on PC for a little bit. And then after that, I got on PS4, and then I just got hooked on the game and just started playing it religiously. So, I mean, that's basically it. Everything about it was just fun.
Well, right on. And so, why did you stay on PS4 over PC?
Well, I mean, of course, I got to give a shout out to all the PS4 Master Race. But other than that being said, I mean, I'm just really comfortable with a controller. And then I play a lot of console games. I don't play much PC games, period. So since I play so much console games and it came over to PS4, I was like, oh, shoot, why not start over? And then after I did that, it was kind of like just a natural thing to why I stayed on PS4. I mean, plus, PS4 is like leading the way,
Oh, my God.
Just good old times.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what they think over at DE while they put the updates out on PC first, and it runs better and faster. But it's all good. It's all good.
I feel like I'm covered by shade.
Well, you said you were hot, so
yeah. So I guess all the shade has probably helped cool me off.
I'm just trying to help you out, man.
That's what's up. Okay, I got you. Dude, such a hater.
So, you have been on Twitch for how long now?
I've been on Twitch, I think I started Twitch when the PS4 came out.
Okay.
Because I started Twitch, but I didn't understand or knew what it was because I was still new to it because we just saw it because it was on the PS4. Mm-hmm. And then when we kind of started seeing Twitch, to be honest, Live from PlayStation was out. And we were like, yo, what is Live from PlayStation? And what got my attention? It was like heck of girls on there. And I was like, yo, look at all the girls on here. So my friend was like, bro, you gotta make a Twitch account. So I was like, yo, let me make a Twitch account, go on here. Like, everybody's chatting it up. And then I've had a Twitch account since then. And since then, it's been a good old time. Good old time.
And did you start making YouTube before Twitch or after?
I started making YouTube after Twitch.
Okay.
So after being on Twitch for about a year or so, I just had it, like when you create an app, make a profile or whatever, it's just there. Mm-hmm. And then it was just there basically. And then whenever my friends are at work or something and I'm at home and they wanted to see when a new game came out or something new happened, I'd be like, hey, dude, I'm gonna try to stream it so you can come in and watch it at work. And then it was just like my friends would just come in and watch it. Mm-hmm. And so while they're watching it, that would be it. And then when other people come in, I used to never even speak to them. I'm like, who's this weirdo? And then my friend, I'd be like, hey, bro, can you see it? And they're like, yeah, we see it. And then after that, just get off. And that's all it was to show your friends what was going on.
And so when did YouTube take off for you?
When did YouTube take off? YouTube took off like, I would say 8 months after I started doing it. Yeah, around 8 months after I started doing it, because it took off because of this one video, of course, Ash of Life, Ash is Life. So I did a video with Ash versus level 500 level enemies, and then after I put that out there and I started doing like Endgame stuff, and people kept hearing me say Endgame, and people used to wonder what the heck am I talking about. And then after I put that video out, things just really started taking off to where my channel started like, going up pretty fast, I should say. And then I started drawing a lot more attention. And then I started streaming just a little bit more, because I've been streaming before I've been doing YouTube. So my YouTube haven't been there as long as my streaming. So, that was what really took my channel off, was my Ash video, Ash's Life. So everything else is good with that.
Your mic keeps going in and out a little bit.
Oh, did it? I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're quiet though.
Oh no, I was saying that Ash, the level 500 video, that was the main thing that really got my YouTube to go off.
Oh yeah, no, I heard all of that. That's pretty. But your mic is now, it's like cutting in and out. What did you do?
Oh, I switched it. Hold on, let me switch this back. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound much better.
Okay, there we go.
So can you define Endgame for those who are watching who may not know?
Endgame is basically the way it started. Endgame is what you made it out to be, because Warframe didn't have any content in the game to basically keep people around for a long time. So what I did was I started doing my own like terminology of what makes the game really fun for me. And so I started this thing called Endgame, of like going really far, really hardcore into like doing really long survivals. And so I started on Pluto. No. I started on Phobos back in the day when I first started, me and my friends. And we were so stupid back then, because we were thinking gas damage was strong against Grenier. Like, we were completely stupid, didn't know what was good. And so we started then, and we started going, like, our limit was trying to get to like level 15 with the gear that we had back in the day. And so trying to push to get to 15 was incredibly tough. I was like, oh my God. So when we got to 10, we got to 12, we failed it. And then we got to 15, finally, we was on top of the world. Like, Mag had just came out back then. And so we was on top of the world. Everything's going crazy. And after that, then I started doing solos, and I started getting really good at solos. And so I created Endgame to where, because after we didn't have anything left, I was like, why are we still playing this game? And so we were like, hey, let's start doing long missions. And so, yep, Endgame started that way, just going really, really far, trying to outdo. It started real competitive, me and my friends trying to outdo our score. So he'll go in a solo, I'll go in a solo. And then we'll look on the leaderboards, because I'll be like, bro, you're lying. Let me see the leaderboards. And we'll see whose score outdoes who. And then whoever won had to give up plat. So that was definitely a thing that we did.
That's dope.
Yeah, I got a lot of plat.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got a lot of plat. Humble too.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I had to teach Neo how to get plat that way.
So you taught Neo?
Yeah, it's a long story. We don't have time for it now. But if he tells
you,
you
get him on here to tell me about it.
Yeah, he's lying. Otherwise, if he didn't agree.
So, what is it about the end game of Warframe that keeps you playing and not playing other games? I know you play Paragon, but you mainly play Warframe. Is it just because of your subscribers, or?
Nah, I don't care about them. Love you guys. But listen, the thing that gets me into it is it's not even like getting rewards or anything. The main thing that gets me or keeps me into Endgame is just enemy level, seeing something higher that I've never seen before, and just basically getting past the difficulty, understanding the math of like what Warframe did to these enemies, to why they do the things that they do, why do they cheat the way they do, why do they ignore certain Warframe powers at certain levels, and then understanding that and going past and seeing higher level enemies really, really like turns me on.
What's the highest level you've been to?
The highest run that I've ever did is a 12-hour survival. So a 12-hour survival was my highest, T4, and then after T4, when they changed to the relic system, my highest has been like 8 hours or so. And then solo before solo back on T4 was around like 2 hours and 2 hours plus, and then after they changed up the void again was 3 hours and 19 minutes with Ash with Seeking Shuriken augment. Yeah.
You and that Seeking Shuriken.
Listen, man, it's the greatest thing next to Jesus. Okay.
What makes it so great?
Well,
Explain
what
it to
makes
a noob.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure you mean you. So, what makes it so great is what makes Seeking Shuriken great is this right here. Warframe is literally made to not let you go past certain enemies. You know what I mean? Because the armor scaling and everything else is not balanced. So the thing about it is that if it's not balanced, there's no way to really get past armor. So if you're not rocking corrosive projection. So I'm not a huge fan of corrosive projection. So the thing that happens is that if you're going in solo, every frame has a limit except for basically Ivara and Octavia. Those are the only two exceptions. So every other frame has a limit gap that they can get to if you're not trying to cheese with Naruman. So with Ash basically ignores those limitations that's actually put up on most of the frames, because he can go past all of that, of which Warframe put boundaries upon you with the other Warframes. So Seeking Shuriken and then mixing it together with a really strong primary weapon with Viral actually helps you keep up with the scaling of the game. And once you get up to like level 4,000 enemies, you can actually outscale the game with everything else with Viral and Seeking Shuriken. So that whole thing definitely goes, especially with Slash.
What makes Viral so good?
Because, okay, so let's say you're like, let's just make up a number. Let's say you're 5 hours in, and the enemy's health, we're just gonna make up a random health. Let's say it's 100,000 health that they have, right? So you took you 5 hours to get to the enemies with 100,000 health. Now, what happens is that you can actually scale back. You're already 5 hours in, so you know how hard you work to get to 5 hours. So basically what you do again with Viral is that you scale back the time, is basically what you're doing. You're going back in time. Because once you hit an enemy with 100,000 health and you hit them with Viral, now Viral is going to cut their health in half, which is going to bring it down to 50,000. You see what I mean? And 50,000 may have been an hour or so back that you get to take off of your time to basically kill the enemies a lot faster.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's pretty nice.
So what's the next best frame?
Ash isn't the best. He is definitely just the best male frame in the entire game for doing solos without trying to go with Naruman or anything else like that to keep up with scaling. But overall, the best frame for survival is Ivara. There's like no comparison. She's just retarded. I just can't.
I can't figure out Ivara personally.
She's too good. She has every single thing that she needs in the game to outdo the game. If you put her with a dagger and covert lethality, and her ability, she has an ability which is her sleep arrows to put the enemies to sleep to where you can just one-shot them, and you can do that. But that alone helps you go far. But what really makes her go is that her third ability, Prowl, steals life support, which is like a mini Necros. So when you're putting those enemies to sleep while you're killing them at the same time, you're actually stealing life support from them. So KPS means kills per second, and you have to kill really efficiently and really fast to keep up life support to increase basically your chances of RNG, right? To get life support. So what she does is that she kind of cheats the system. So she puts them to sleep, and she's killing them one by one extremely slow. So that should never work. But what happened is that she's stealing from them at the same time, which kind of outbalances the term of like how fast she's actually killing these enemies.
What are your tips for moving with her? Because I have a problem staying in Prowl.
Just roll. That's it. That's all you need to do is just roll, or you can get her augment to make you move a little bit faster. Just make sure you got some nice efficiency on to where your Prowl doesn't take that much from you. But overall, she gets energy. She can steal energy from enemies. She can steal life support, of course. But overall, she should never run out of energy, period. I mean, if you want to really cheese it, you can put a Sinuid Simulor on or whatever. And whenever you're killing those enemies, you don't even have to use it. Well, you can use it, even though it will break your hush. It will break your invisibility. Just put a hush mod on it because you're not using it for the damage. And you just want the proc to go off to keep giving you energy. And even if you don't shoot it, as long as you're killing enemies with covert lethality while they're asleep, it'll build up your affinity meter to where it will go off anyway and give you more energy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to give that a try. So
Yeah,
Ivara, then
she's cool.
Ash, and then what was the other one you said?
It's actually not even Ash's second. Ash is third. It's Ivara.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Ivara, Octavia, and then Ash.
Octavia?
Yeah, Octavia's
Alright, how
she's
do
on
you
the
use
broke side.
Octavia? This is gonna be all about how you use Warframes.
Yeah,
Warframe 101 with
she's
LifeofRio.
pretty broke. She's pretty crazy, bro. So Octavia is one of those. Her kills per second is how fast she can kill enemies. So her speed on how quick she's killing a wide variety of enemies in a huge area is why she gets to keep up life support so efficiently. And she stays invisible. She can actually do whatever she wants. She makes the enemy scale against themselves by letting them shoot and produce more damage with her fourth ability and her first ability combo. So she's just ridiculous. I mean, is she Ash? I mean, she and Ivar are the only people that I see can outdo Ash. A lot of people say Loki can do great in survival, but he also has his limits. Every frame has their limits, but it's only a few that can actually go past those limits while having the survivability to actually keep up.
So what is sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to word this question. So is what make Octavia so useful late game is her synergy of buffs?
Yes, she basically lets the enemies. Okay, so when you throw down her first ability, right? Her first ability basically gives you the attraction, and a radius to what makes them pull aggro towards her first ability and shoot it. And if they're within that cone, well, within that entire area, they basically reflect that damage onto themselves. But it's also a multiplier to how her fourth ability. So when she throw down her amp can multiply the damage that's in the air with the sound waves and everything else like that. That's what's going on. And so she reflects all that damage back and make the enemies just basically kill themselves. So let's say I have that out there and that's doing a lot of killing. I can lock down one area while having another area up with my Zenny Star while killing enemies coming up that way. Or if the enemies aren't dead, they'll be extremely weak. And as soon as they run into the field of my first ability, plus Amp basically makes the field a lot bigger, they'll just completely get wrecked for a huge amount of time.
Right on. So, do you do anything besides Endgame?
No, not really. I even hate leveling up. Captures, no. Mobile defenses, no. I started getting into interceptions, but I do it till it gets really difficult. I mean, anything that's not end game for me or not extremely difficult to where the enemies aren't high level is just extremely boring. And a lot of people didn't understand. Like, a lot of people say, "How can you be in a mission that long?" But the thing is, everybody's playing Warframe. Well, majority of the community is playing Warframe like between 4 to 6 hours a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So me playing in one mission for 4 hours is the same thing that you've done all day, which is just a different way of farming. So a lot of people don't look at it like that. So I don't really like doing like the little quick runs. It's really tedious and annoying.
So I was watching, I think it was not your last video. I guess it was your last video, about Kuva, and it got me thinking. And I was wondering, like, you always preach about you want to make more in-game stuff or more interesting once you get up there. So I was thinking, why wouldn't they do something like a rotating endurance mission? So it's a overall survival. So you're going to be staying there for as long as you can, and you get a reward for that. But then after the first, like, say 20 minutes, right? Every 5 minutes after that, a random mission spawns inside that mission. So like a random defense point would spawn somewhere on the map. You'd have to get to it and defend it for X amount of time.
Okay, well, basically to get an objective while you're in there.
Yeah, and then in the next 15 minutes there'll be an extractor or something. And if you could do that on the Kuva planet, even if it's just special to that, you can make those rewards for like you don't have to do it, but if you did it, you'd have a chance at Kuva or something.
Okay,
like that.
basically like Kuva's siphon spawning inside of the survival.
Yeah, but not making it a siphon, because you can do Kuva siphons on the planets. Like, I feel like you should make it special in some way. Do you know what I mean?
Basically just make it unique to that planet. Yeah.
Draw more players to it.
I'm really for that, because one thing for me is that in Warframe, I feel like it's kind of just so set to just... Now, I say this and I mean it in like the chillest way possible. like there's different levels of casuals. That's how I see it. Like some people call themselves casuals. They've been playing the game for like 3-4 years. And then you have those completely new casuals who are in the game who don't really know anything about the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Warframe is always set on the newer casuals. And the reason for that is I understand the business ploy to it and everything else that goes along with it. But because the newer players are more likely to spend plat on the game and everything else more than the older players, so the older players understand the dynamic of the game and know how the game works. And if you've been a vet, you know how to be sustained in the game, and you always have something in your inventory to how you can make plat on. Now I understand that concept, but at the same time, I have always felt like, you know, Warframe should always, you know, be dedicated to the players that's been there for a really long time because they're still around. And so for those players sticking around for not having much to do, you should actually like reward those players with actually giving us something difficult to do. And those newer players will actually grow to getting better, getting their MRs up, getting their, you know, formas up on their weapons and their warframes to want to do those type of missions and finding difficult things in the game. Because there's a lot of players in video games, period, that just love difficult things. Because if you play a video game and it's too easy, then it kind of just, why are you going to keep logging in every day? Now, the only reason why Warframe gets a pass is because the login system.
What about the login system?
I say that's the only reason why they get a pass is because of the login system. It saves them because, like, there's a login to, like, people want to try to get their Zenny stars. You know, people want to try to get Prime Fury. So that kind of saves them to why people are even logging in at times to why there's no content in or nothing to do.
Gotcha. What's your favorite part about Warframe? Other than, like, not besides getting, not what your favorite thing to do is, what is your favorite part about it? Like the game itself, you know what I mean? Like, what sets it apart from other games for you?
Well, my favorite part about Warframe is the creative direction, like, at base of the game. And when I say creative direction, I mean, like, the game on how it was designed and how it was made was actually there for, like, almost endless possibilities with the direction of how they can go. So the thing is, like, on how Warframe is made, it can go in so many different directions. Just like now how the Plains update is soon to come out and soon to be released, they're going, like, you know, open zones. And I feel like the game is just amazing to where the stepping stone on how it was created was already made for so many great values to how it can push out and make it be sustained and stay around for years. And that's the thing about it, because there's some games that's built from the core to where it can only go in one direction, and once it reached that peak in that direction, it's completely finished. So my thing is with Warframe is that it's built on so many different wide varieties to how it can still survive. So as long as they keep pushing the game in one of those directions and it's actually a good direction, then I feel like the game will still survive. And that's why I do the things that I do in the game, because I actually love playing the game, and I think it's pretty cool.
What's your least favorite part about Warframe?
Atlas and Loki. But other than Atlas, other than those two, I would definitely say my worst part of the game is, now Warframe is made up on the grind, right? So since Warframe is made up on the grind, I understand that. I play a lot of games where you have to grind to get things. I play a lot of Diablos and things like that. But Warframe is also set to where they want to limit you now on certain things that you get, to where you don't get too far in the game to where it burns you out, even though the game burns you out already because it's not enough content. But I feel like they limit you on certain things that you can get with having such tiny amount of drop chances. And I feel like the drop chance in here is just completely shattered on certain things. You can play some missions for like days and months and like period, like with the hate. It took me 2.5 years to get the hate.
Bro,
like, that's insane.
I've been playing for 2 years. I still don't have a war blueprint.
It's insane. And so I feel like, you know, for some players that will keep them around, but for some players it's a little bit tedious at the same time. Now I understand grind, but at the same time you also got to understand how to give rewards. It's kind of like you doing something at your job, or you doing something for somebody and nobody ever saying thank you. You know what I mean? So it just never really pays off. Never feel like it's fully paying off.
I hear you. All right, now we're gonna get into the good stuff. Warframe community. Thoughts, opinions?
Ooh, sexy time. Warframe community. I think it's a lot of weirdos. So let me elaborate on the term weirdo, right? So now we all know that, Rebecca, DE Rebecca, Mother Lotus is, Lotus. And I feel like if you ever have an opinion about Warframe, as much as a lot of YouTubers try to help Warframe because we point out the negatives, because if you just point out positives, then they will never try to fix anything. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you just give complete positives about every single thing, then you will never grow. You'll never be better. And I feel like there's such a there's such a large part of the community that Warframe can just put out and say, hey, guess what? You can now color your Syndanas differently, and the whole community goes crazy. Like, oh my God, Tilly, I've been wanting this, dude. Oh my God, I'm logging in right now. Like, everybody goes crazy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like to try to focus on the core issues because the core issues will make the game better as a whole instead of you being able to color your Syndana. Now, don't get me wrong, I love coloring my Syndana, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a thing. And I feel like in the Warframe community, there's a lot of Warframe streamers. I don't know much of the YouTubers too much that streams, but more so the streamers, they're just like locked into, and majority of them for months have been just like locked into just wanting to be buddy with Warframe. And I mean, it's not wrong to be friends with D Rebecca and them. I mean, they're hecka cool, they're hecka nice. D Rebecca is a really cool person, but as far as talking about the game, you should be able to say what you want, and it shouldn't affect your relationship with the devs. You know what I mean? Because you want the game to be just as great as the devs do. So that's why you're streaming it. And if Warframe's your main primary game, you should definitely be speaking up as a streamer on how to make that game better. But a lot of them kind of lay down a little bit and, kind of like, how women lay down and they're on the phone and they're crossing their legs, just waiting for that one guy to text them back. That's what a lot of them do. And so I don't really like it because I think it's really lame. And most of them don't really say anything till their backs are against the wall. Yeah. And you shouldn't have to wait till your back is against the wall to really say something. So I really don't like it. So most of the time in the Warframe community, I don't really branch out and talk to too many people, because I think a lot of them are just weird on how they go about things. And then a lot of them are really emotional. Like when I go to some streams and some followers are like, Rio this or whatever, streamers get upset. I'm like, I feel like they use baby lotion like all the time. They're really sensitive. So, I mean, and I'm really vocal about the things I speak about. So I know a lot of people who aren't vocal feel like, oh my God, dude, did you know Rio just said this? Let's have an Akatsuki meeting right now. Let's talk about it. And, everybody just always have these secret meetings. So I just be like, it's whatever. So, I mean, but my community loves me being vocal and just loves me being honest. So I feel like there's no other way to be because I built my community around me being myself. Yeah.
I mean, that's why I like you.
I mean, I didn't even know you like me.
That's why I tolerate every other fucking bit of you.
God, don't say it so nicely. Oh my God, don't say it so nicely.
So there was actually a interesting question. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
So if you could change one thing about the Warframe community, would it be to have more real people, I guess? Because I know what you're talking about. There's some sort of facade that it's not just Warframe, it's a lot of streamers in general. It's where they got to put on a show, and I get that part of it, like they want to fit the role, but when a streamer's being themselves, and I feel like I respect that a lot, and those are the channels that I hone to. It sucks when you find out, like in the background that you find out people are different.
I definitely know what you mean. Now, to be honest and to be fair with myself and to be fair with a lot of people, just because I say, oh, these streamers are weirdos, doesn't mean that I actually have the right direction to actually call those streamers weirdos, because it's my opinion at the end of the day to where other people might not think the same thing. And I could just be jumping off the ledge to think that these people are this way or not just because they don't fit my personality and my own way of getting along and my own approach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that I'm always right, but at the end of the day, speaking up and saying what you like is not always right, but at the end of the day, it helps a lot. So with the Warframe community, what I would say is that, one, I'm very understanding. So I'm always there for, like, you can tell me when I'm wrong or tell me when I'm jumping off the deep end. But the thing is with it, I always stay in the background and kind of pay attention to what people are doing. And I pay attention to people's stalker mode and I pay attention to people, and I see what they're doing before I ever give my opinion. And so a lot of people, what they do is that they'll play the front face with you, like, and the thing on Twitch, it is a business, but a lot of Warframe streamers on what they do, they lie about it. They try to say, oh, it's not a business. It's all about making the community great and loving each other and throwing up all this Twitch unity type thing. Like everybody's just out to play video games and be great for Warframe. But majority of them are actually out for the business aspect of it, but they don't say it. I mean, it's nothing wrong. You're streaming as a business. You know what I mean? So it's nothing wrong to say that, but a lot of them hide it because they want to feel like it's not a business. It's just about the community. When it's, as soon as their numbers drop, it's, oh my God, dude, my numbers drop, bro. What happened, dude? I don't fucking know, bro. Like, everything just go insane for them. And a lot of them pretend like they don't look at the number side to it. And I just like people to, just to be real about the whole thing. Especially with things that happen in a community with people not hosting each other. A lot of people, got up in arms about it. But if it's not about the numbers and it's just about loving the community, all hippie vibes, why are people mad about not being hosted? Why are people mad about little simple things? So a lot of things that they say comes full circle. Like, you can say one thing one day, and then maybe like 8 to 10 days later, something happens and it reverts right back to the things that you say that first day, and it doesn't add up. You know what I mean? So I tend to always pay attention to people on the things that they say and the things that they do. And one thing my mom and stuff always taught me is that a lie always comes around full circle. So whenever you lie about something, the truth always comes out. So that's what I do. I pay attention before I speak. And then since I'm so vocal and I'm always so amped up about something, when I say something, a lot of people think that I'm not paying attention to it when I'm saying these things. So that's just always my main thing. So to answer your question, in the community, how can we change it and make it better? I would definitely say, one, everybody just have like a Warframe meeting. The streamers have a streamer Warframe meeting and basically say what they want to say. Now, the thing is with that, a lot of them are afraid to say what they want to say, or most of the time because they're afraid to burn bridges, because they know that they look at it like a business and not just like a family-friendly business at the same time.
Yeah.
So a lot of them won't say what they want to say, and most of them, whenever you confront somebody about things that they do say, they'll never admit it because, they never want to burn like that 1 month that they might be short, and you could be the one streaming and you can host them the next day. So they never really say what's really on their mind.
Yeah.
So that's just mainly it. And I just feel like everybody should just basically come together. Just like that one, I think it was last month or the month before, to where when we were all coming together and, talking to DE about our problems and bringing it to DE. And DE was actually listening to everybody's issue and constantly, till now, is still working on those issues. So if you guys could come together at that point, why not consistently do that to where everybody has that communication? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
That would be nice. A real unified front where you guys all touch base with each other. And
yeah. And that's just all it is.
Real
because
business partner type relationship. If you're going to
exactly.
do that, they do it that way.
Exactly. I mean, I look at Twitch like high school. And that's why I'm never really offended, because in high school, the people that you liked and the people that you didn't like. So it's the same thing here, but the Warframe community make it seem like everybody's together. No, I don't have to like you. Like our personalities don't click, and it doesn't mean I hate you. It's just I don't come to your channel as much because we don't have anything in common. You know what I mean? I'll come by every now and then when I remember, be like, hey, dude, what's up? And I'll say hi, but then a lot of people get upset just because you came by before and you aren't a consistent like guy stopping in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, I just came by to say hi, but we're not like buddy. Like, I don't know you. I'm not against you. I came by to show my support and everything, but we're not friends like that because we don't really have anything in common. And when you say things like that, you get offended. But that's just like in real life, because they have people that they just do that to in real life because they don't really get along.
Yep, I 100% agree with that. I respect like people who are transparent. Like, I've never stopped watching a streamer because they outright say, hey, I view this as a business, your subs mean everything to me, it's my livelihood and all this stuff. Like, I'm cool with that. That actually usually inspires me to do it more.
Yeah.
But I just don't like people being fake up front.
Yeah, I mean, that's my main thing, because I've had like like my DMs, they're always in there. Good thing. Whew, slide in my DMs. Hey Rio. But the thing is with that, like a lot of people like they'll say things to me in my DM. I'm like, bro, you can like one thing. Let me say this, like with you, Nix, and Neo. One thing I always say, one thing you guys know, like when I come to your streams and I'm here, most of you always say something insulting to me, and then some viewer that's never really there to be like, oh my god, did they just say that to Rio? But that's how we get along. Like we troll each other and laugh and get along like that because I get along with you guys. I could just say anything to you. I mean, Neo kind of uses the, you know, the cocoa butter lotion too. Sometimes he's sensitive, you know, but we help him out. But I mean, other than that, like we all troll and have fun. A lot of streamers, I tell them, I'm like, dude, you don't have to, you know, be that nice to me. And a lot of them feel better when I tell them that because I've had streamers to where I go in their streams and they're like, oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, LifeofRio here, just really blessed our chat. And dude, how are you doing? I'm so happy to have you, man. I mean, and I'm like, bro, don't do all that. Then after I talk to them, they're like, oh, dude, as soon as I go back in, they're like, oh, Rio, what's up, bro? What's up, man? Should we give him a shout out? I don't think so. Whatever. It's just Rio. We just, and I love when people take their guard down to just really have a good time. Like, you don't have to sell anything business to me. We just have a good time, you know?
Yep.
So everything else is just good. And I like it better like that. But there's a lot of streamers that when I stopped in their channel, like one time to say hello, and then they haven't seen me in a couple weeks, they'll message me in their feelings, I guess wearing their Johnson and Johnsons. And I'm like, what's up, bro? They're like, you know what, man, I'm just saying, I don't know if I did anything to you or what happened, but you know, the fact that you haven't came by my channel in about almost a month, I want to know if I did something wrong. And I'm like, I don't know. I've been at work. I stream, I'm at work. Like most of the streamers don't work as much as I do. And that's just me being honest. I work a ton. I'm always at work. And it doesn't mean that I'm better than anyone. It just means that I don't always have time. That's just my thing. And like I'll be in my Discord. I have like a lot of things to do. So the thing is too, like a lot of these streamers, I'm not even following them. So I don't even know when they're live. So that's like the main thing. Like a lot of people think that, oh, I came in your chat, I have to follow you. You don't. That's the same thing I tell all my viewers that come by. You didn't have to be here. And that's how I look at life. I'm very humbling on life. Like you didn't have to be here. So I really appreciate you taking out the time of your day to actually stopping by and saying hello to a scrub like myself. And that's how we get along. I troll, and a lot of the people in the Warframe community don't know that I troll a lot, I would say.
Oh man, I got caught in a troll the other night. I have to tell you about it. It's really embarrassing. So, you know, from the 70s? You know who he is? Great
cool guy, yeah.
Great guy, right? So he was building a PC, and I only saw 2 hands on the screen, so I assumed that they were his hands. And I didn't, you know, I was on mobile, so I couldn't, you know, didn't have a lot of detail. And I was like, oh, baby, the grip on that flashlight. And then his other hand came into the screen. It wasn't his hand holding the flashlight. It was Mrs. 70's.
Oh, dang, you was hitting on his wife?
I was like, fuck.
Wow, bro, you hit a time low. God.
I just, like, you know, that tiptoe out of the room backwards, like, I gotta go.
That's the type of thing that I hope somebody clipped that.
I don't know if anybody paid attention to it.
Man,
I just left. I was embarrassed.
So ridiculous. You hitting on his wife, bro. Like, dang, this is why this Twitch Unity thing isn't working, because you're after women. I mean, you after guys' wives.
I left so quick because I was just like, oh, fuck. Fucked up. So, there was a question that I do want to ask right now. Let's get back to the Warframe. That's enough of the community talk. I think we got all the views that we need to on that. And, if there was one thing you could remove from Warframe, what would it be and why? And you can't say Loki.
If there was one thing I could remove from Warframe, this one might be, if I can choose anything, I would remove, and not completely take them out, I would remove the devs, right? Here's how this goes. DE, Rebecca, and them, excellent. Like, we all know how cool they are. Really cool. Yeah. But I feel like since the start of Warframe, they kind of locked themselves, because out of any other game that I've been in, this is like the closest that I've seen of like the devs to a community, to where it feels like you actually live with them. Like when you wake up, morning Rebecca, morning Rio, like, you know, I feel like she's right there. Like, okay, we're sleeping, cool. But
Cool,
the
we're
thing is,
sleeping.
so the thing is just I would remove it. I would remove the devs from being like super close to the community. And here's the thing: you're gonna have a lot of Timmies out there. Oh my God, how could he say that? I mean,
Well,
you
I'm
know,
actually sitting here wondering why you would say
yeah.
that.
But here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. The reason why I would remove them from being so close to the community is because they get the most lashing when something happens in the community on Reddit. Reddit completely wrecks the devs on there as soon as something goes crazy. And then the thing is, with them being so close to the community and them being so affected as them trying to be players and everything else and trying to please everyone, that's why they say yes to everything. And majority of every single dev stream that's been out, they say yes to everything. And Rebecca even says, well, we can't say no, can we? In multiple dev streams. You know what I mean? And so when you have that kind of pressure on your back and you feeling like you can't say no to the community that asks you for anything, it makes it kind of difficult, and it makes it to where they have to go in overdrive. Now, a lot of people don't remember that there are most of them that they are humans. Even myself, when I say something sometimes, like we don't take into consideration that they are humans. So the thing that really goes is that the things that they get on Reddit, they always I've never seen a community that's just so quick to go in on the devs, and the devs are so forced to even pull back on nerfs. Like I've never seen in any other community to where like any devs have been punked out by Reddit so much to consistently pull back on nerfs or go back on their word of what they say. So that would be like the main thing that I would do. I mean, still be cool with the community, but not to where like we're living together. But it's cool.
But don't you think that I don't know.
No, go ahead and ask me.
So I'm trying to figure out how to word this because that's why I love Warframe so much. Because I came from from Destiny, and the way Bungie handles their community and the fluff that they fucking spew, and then the shit that they actually give you are completely different. So it's like, the openness and the interaction with the community, I think, is fantastic, and what makes part of why I think Warframe is so great, and part of why I encourage people to play it, because if they get into it enough, their voices could be heard. And if they're an artist or something, you can actually get something in the game. And from a business standpoint, the way I look at it, I'm sure the girls have a thick skin by now. I would hope so, anyway. Reddit's gonna be Reddit. They're a fucking hive mind, and they do that shit with everything.
Yeah, and that's my main thing is with Reddit. I don't mean take them out of Twitter or like everything else that they communicate with us on, or the prime time or anything else like that. I mean, just how active they are on Reddit. There's been like different things to where they post on Reddit to how they talk about how Reddit is even like attacked the most. And Reddit goes in, bro.
Yeah, they go in.
Reddit goes in. I'm like, God dang it, Reddit, bro. Like, who is the guy back there with the super mouse pad?
Right?
I'm like that guy has no chill. And that's just my main thing. I don't mean take them out the community. I mean like how involved they are on Reddit to how they feel like they have to. You know how many changes they went back and made just because of Reddit? Like, it's insane. Like, whenever you wake up and you see Twitter and them showing you their lives on Twitter, I mean, all that's cool. Whenever you see them on primetime dev stream, all that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just interaction, which most developers do. You know what I mean? And they just go a little bit above by being on Twitter and just being so vocal and talking to everybody. That's cool because they keep the community involved. But my main thing is with Reddit. I mean, like, that thing is just ridiculous. Like, Reddit has probably the most ignorant people I've ever seen in my life, and that's just it.
I use Reddit, so thanks.
I know, I can tell from your personality most of the time.
Well, I've got like 30,000 comments. What's up?
Whoa. Reddit Endgame me, bro.
Endgame.
Like, Endgame on Reddit. Like, whoa.
That's interesting. What's the thing you're looking forward to most coming from Warframe?
Consistency. I would say consistency with the updates and actually not rushing out the updates that they promise and actually getting it like fine-tuned and ready to play. Because my thing is trying to get things out really fast is what we all want, but at the same time, as soon as it comes out and let's say it's bad, then we want to like lash out. You know what I mean? So I would rather want them to take their time to polish and give us something great to where we're like, God dang, they delivered. Come here, Steve.
Is that what you think is going to happen with the planes?
So far with planes, for it being like for it being open, like an open zone, I don't really like fret all too much because it's open zones. You have a lot more creative control in open zones. Now, open world is like a serious thing that is hard to jump into right away to be finished so fast.
Yeah.
But open zones, you have, I think he said 9.2 or 9.4 kilometers. But you can control that a lot more, and if they've been working on it as long as they say they've been working on it, that means they got a lot done. And especially for Steve already testing it on laptops, on potatoes, on couches, making sure that everybody's able to play it, testing it outside in the rain and thunderstorms, all of that, making sure that you can keep up. I think they're probably at a good space. I think that TennoCon really pushed Warframe in a great direction because this is E3 for Warframe. This is what I call Warframe's E3. And so my main thing is that if they didn't deliver in this TennoCon, have something to make their fans go crazy or make their player base go crazy, that Warframe would have definitely died out by December. And that would have been like facts. It would have died out by December because too many AAA titles that's coming out to really get Warframe competition. And if there was nothing to wow you, you would have felt like, God dang it, bro, this game is dry. You know, you would have felt like if they would have just gave us some skins and new frames coming out, like it's not enough to hold us over. So with the big games coming out, I feel like this was a huge announcement that really, you know, is keeping the hype going on all platforms, on all types of social media for them to really.
Huge. We got Lyric playing Warframe the other day.
Yeah, so it's huge for them, and I'm happy, and I really want it to be great because I want to do something new and crazy at night in planes. New and crazy at night in planes. So I think that's about to be really, really epic, and I want it to do great.
Are you gonna get on PC for that, or are you gonna Endgame?
I am.
PS4?
I'm gonna be on PC in August. August is when I'm coming to PC. So for all the PC players out there, I'm gonna take your milk and cookies, bro. I'm gonna take your milk and cookies. That's about to be you too.
Dude, you're not gonna be able to do shit without your Zenistar. Like, let's be honest.
Bro, let's be real. Hold up, let's put this out. I've only had the Zenistar for less than 80 days.
So when your level 500 Ash video came out, pretty much.
No, I didn't have it then. They didn't even announce stuff like that then.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, look at you trying to get me. Yeah.
Listen to your voice. Yeah. How dare you?
Look at you trying to get me, man. Ever since I got the Zenistar, I've only posted like 10 long runs with it. So, and
every time I join your stream, you're using the damn thing. That's all I know.
Yeah, because look, 80 days.
Yo, bro, I got something on Tenno on PS4 that you don't have.
What's that?
Got that TennoCon Sayandana.
Ooh, I thought you was gonna say loyalty.
Oh, I got that too, but that's everywhere. That ain't just on PS4.
Listen, man, we are not taking off the anniversary Sayandana. All right, the anniversary Sayandana is just too sexy.
It is.
It's too sexy. The anniversary is just too nice.
I was hoping you would have actually went so I could steal your PC one, but you know how that
so
works out.
Bro, when I come over, are you gonna have me teach you how to play?
You mean you want me to carry you? Is what you're saying?
No, because I'll probably still carry you at MR.
Oh,
but listen,
stop it.
I'm just saying, I don't need vitality, bro. Remember that. I don't need. Most of my friends who don't have vitality on, so my parkour skill starts out at max. You know, I'll still pick you up, you know. So I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
I think our power levels might break the game, bro. You ready?
I don't know about you, Goku. Well, you know what? I'll take you underneath my wing. You know,
as long as I don't use a Czar, we're good.
So you think you could? Do you think you could outlast me at MR0?
Wait, my current?
Your current.
Everything that I have right now.
Everything that you own
could outlast you at MR0.
At MR0.
Absolutely.
Oh man, that's crazy. It's wild that you would say something like that.
What are we doing? Let's do it. Challenge accepted.
Bro, done. Like, I'm bodying you. Do you know the main way I survive is through parkour?
Yeah, whatever. You still gotta kill things.
You're gonna aim with mags too and completely get wrecked. Like, it's okay, bro. It's okay.
I'm just saying. You want to put a bet on it? I'll bet you.
Yeah, put the bet on it,
Let's
man.
do it. What do you want to bet?
Bro, loyalty. Now I'm just playing. We
I
gotta
already
come up
got
with
that.
something.
You got my loyalty, fam. Like, you know this.
Oh my god, bro! You remind me of what's that guy name that lied to Team 7 in Naruto when they were trying to build the
You act
bridge?
like I watched Naruto.
Oh my god, I didn't know. I forgot your Goku on the DBZ. But yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, we could bet anything. Dope. Like a DE Taylor, Mattelio, MR0 with a Zenny Star.
25,000 plat to Larry, bruh.
MR0 with a Zenny Star on PC.
No, you can't pull your strings. You can't get any favoritism. You gotta go in. You're using an MK1 bow with that whatever you're gonna choose, Bratner or
You know my best weapon is a bow.
what?
My best weapon on Warframe most used is a bow.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What bow?
The Paris Prime.
All right, that's the end of the interview, everybody. Thank you for coming by. Why?
Yo, my number one weapon is a bow. I got like 67,000 kills with a 92% accuracy. The Paris Prime.
But why?
But why not? This is my number one weapon.
I mean, that's.
You thought it was the Tsar, bro. You thought it was the Tsar.
I was hoping it was something else. Well, shit.
I don't use the assault rifle.
Like, I don't even know where I'm at anymore.
I
don't know who
bro.
you are. Whoever wins has to delete a weapon of. Oh, okay. So if I win, you have to delete all your ashes on PS4.
Wait, did you just come up with that?
Yeah, and then if I win, I have to delete all my mags.
But why would you come up with something like that? Like, delete Ash?
Because you're gonna be moving to PC anyway. Like, you don't realize.
But why is that even in your vocabulary?
Because I know it's gonna hurt you.
Wow, Goku. Wow.
That's how bets work, man.
Wow, anybody
could do like
hurts,
a 500 platinum bet, but I mean.
Oh, I'll have 500 platinum.
On PC?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get hooked up? Is that what you're saying? Favoritism confirmed by LifeofRio.
I didn't even say favoritism.
I got it on film, everybody. We're gonna spread it around.
No, it's not even that. I got a worker over there on PC. Neo. I got a mining.
So you got a farmer. You're gonna. That isn't you. Wow.
Remember, I taught Neo everything. Since what Neo's gonna do is that I'm coming over to PC, and since I taught him every single thing he knows about trading, he's probably gonna deny it, which I hope he does, because it's gonna make him look weak. So, since I taught him everything he knows about trading, he now is in debt to me, to where it's like me coming out of jail, like put money on your books, bro. Here you go. Like, that's all that's going down. Like, he owes me plat. He knows that he's gonna have to pay up when I come over there. He's no longer playing Loki. So all that's happening.
I don't know how to respond to that jail reference.
Bro, listen, don't worry about the jail reference. It never happened.
Okay, we'll just skip right over it.
It never happened, yeah. Well, I mean, you ain't never seen Alec V capture your Warframe. Alright then.
Yo, I just got captured by the Zanuka for the first time like a week ago.
You're completely garbo. I've never been captured. I've only seen it on YouTube.
Dude, it was a level 100 sortie and radiation proc.
A level 100 sortie.
Hey, listen! Oh my god, I hate you right now. I can't argue. I can't talk about anything with you.
A level 100 sortie. You threw it out there like, what do you mean, bro?
He one-shot me with the radiation. Like, what do you want from me?
Do you know why it one-shotted you?
Because of radiation.
No, because your parkour is whack.
Listen.
That's why it one-shotted you. No, it's all love.
This was a good idea.
It's all love, guys. You know how much I love Goku. Like, I'm like, the reason why I came on here is because I think you're just such a freaking cool dude. Like, everything about you is just really chill. All the people that I mentioned are just like really cool people, like Neo and Nyx and you. Like, there's a lot more, obviously, but
And like Tori and Soul
yeah,
Step.
I broke up with her on
It's
Valentine's Day.
like
Soul Step.
it's like a there's a word for the you're supposed to think of a name for that. I'm gonna put you
Oh
on.
yeah, Stream Team. But I gotta get the name right. You know, we gotta go in the Discord and come up with a name. That's gonna be dope. But you know, I mean, everybody is great. Like, there's a lot of cool people, and there's some people that I've stopped by their streams and I've seen their streams and I thought they were cool, but I don't say much. And I'm just one of those people. Like, the thing about me is, like, you know, it's kind of like everybody. It's what appeals to you, what catches your attention. And there's two things that appeal to me when I go on stream. It's either your personality's cool or you're doing something Endgame. And since nobody else is doing anything Endgame, your personality has to be cool. So
I'm definitely not doing the end game.
yeah, I seen you die on Earth. But since all that happened, and I see people with cool personalities, there's a lot of cool people, man. And I'm happy to just know them. But I still stay from a distance. But everything's cool, and I think you guys are just great people. So I mean, it's all fun in games. That's all it is. And for people who don't know your personality or my personality, I kind of get along with the people who are the dicks. Like, you know what I mean? Like trolls at the same time. Like, they're not rude, but we troll a lot. So it's always back and forth trolling. So it's always fun, just like how it is on Twitter.
Yep.
Twitter life is just too funny.
So I only got a couple more questions for you. We've been going for almost an hour now. By far the longest episode we've had yet.
Had to break the record, bro. It's only right.
5 hours for me to
episode.
Endgame episode.
Yeah.
For an hour.
Yeah.
This is the time. If anybody in chat has any questions for Rio, go ahead and post them now. I'll ask them once I get through these next couple. As far as your streaming goes, what's your plans for the future? And what do you want to achieve?
In streaming, I mean, basically, it's kind of like where I am now, just with growth of just like knowing a lot of cool people. Because my thing, I kind of put it on myself to like know my community and just get really close to my community, and we all just joke and have fun and communicate a lot. So that's my main thing with my community. When people jump in my streams, it's never like, oh hi, how are you? And then that's it. It's kind of like, bro, where you been? Like, what did you do yesterday? Like, did you actually go out like you said? Or like, you know, it's me communicating with people, and we talk on a friend-to-friend basis. It's not like just like I'm a streamer. It's just like everybody is everybody. It's like it's a big, huge meetup, and we just have a great time. So my thing for my stream is to just keep growing the way I am, with just being me and having people accept me for me and just having a good time. Once people know you for you, there's no reason for them not to come back, because that's the person that they enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yep. Good answer, man. If you could offer any advice for someone who's either just started streaming or has been struggling, what would it be?
Don't put giveaway in your title. One. Second, just be. Now, I want to say this. Telling somebody to just be you is probably the most difficult thing you can say to somebody, because some people don't know who they are as a streamer. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So telling somebody to just be you is just such a simple answer, but yet such a hard thing for most people to accomplish. So when I say literally just be you, I mean however you act with your friends, however you act on the day-to-day basis, just do that in streaming. And streaming is probably the simplest thing to achieve and be good at, by actually just being yourself. And it sounds corny, it sounds like a Christmas sweater, but listen, it's literally the easiest thing, and all you have to do is be entertaining. If you're somebody that's not entertaining, people only go to streams for a couple of reasons. Like, that person's funny, they have a good time with that streamer, that streamer is really intelligent about what they're playing, and that person wants to learn. Or the other thing is that the streamer actually does all around well balanced, just with jokes and everything. So if you're having one of those qualities, people are going to stick around. If you feel like you have to go out your way to answer the chat, you don't have to. Just get comfortable with how you stream. Let people know what's going on in your life. You don't have to be all personal. You ain't got to be weird like, bro, took a shot. No, you ain't got to get all weird. But let people know what's going on in your life. Don't be all secretive like, oh, dude, I can't do this because I can't really let you guys in. Your community wants to know you for you, and the more the people get close to you and actually know you for you, then it becomes a lot better, to where it's not much of a hassle to stream, to where it's just like you're catching back up with your friends whenever you go live. And so that's how I look at everything. So advice with streaming: be yourself, knock it out. Super simple. Just chill. If you're a weirdo in real life, be a weirdo on stream. There's a lot of weirdos in the world. So I'm a weirdo too, so don't worry about it.
Nix wants you to know you're a boosted baboon.
Okay, and that actually came from a party Nix was at. And I was there, and then there was this girl behind us. He called me a boosted baboon, and then I pushed his shoulder, and he kind of bumped this girl in the back, and she had like a little Warframe tramp stamp tattoo on her back. So I thought it was a woman. Nix thought it was a woman, so Nix was like, heck yeah, bro. And so, you know, we're cracking jokes. She's over there talking. Everybody's having a good time. And then, you know, Nix is drinking, but you guys remember that I drank. So as I'm looking, I'm like, oh, you know, so I waited for the next time for her to take a sip, and I saw it move. And so when I saw it move, I was like, this is real. But Nix was already, you know, hand around the waist type ordeal. So, I mean, I ain't going to go too much into it, but that's where it started from for what he called me that. So I made a joke.
And as far as YouTube, any advice for you people trying to get their YouTubes out?
YouTube is super, well, I think Twitch is a lot too. Another thing else I would say about Twitch also, don't dick ride the streamers like the other streamers. Like, they're gonna notice you as soon as you start doing good. Trust me, like, streamers are out there already watching people. They're gonna notice you. And one thing with YouTube, if you're trying to make it on YouTube, promote your YouTube through your Twitch. Create your own social media platforms and do everything. Do it like that. Don't just have YouTube sitting there by. Promote your YouTube in your own way. And if you're good at promoting, watch videos on how to promote. If you're not good at promoting, I should say. And it's very, very simple. Don't go in people's comment sections. Hey, guys, this video over here. And I think you got, because that doesn't work most of the time, you know? So do your YouTube, have fun with it, promote it the way how you feel. Have people in your chat have links with your Nightbot and everything else like that to promote it. It's very, very simple. And I feel like YouTube is just, it's a difficult place to really get onto now because it's oversaturated because so many people want to be a YouTuber. So I feel like me saying, I can sit here and tell you that you're going to be a YouTuber, but you're really not. Because if I tell you that you're not going to be a YouTuber and you're like, feels bad, man, then you're actually not the person that's meant or cut out to be a YouTuber. Yeah. Because if somebody tell you that you're not, then you're really supposed to be going up against what they say and try to prove everybody wrong. You need to be competitive. You need to be able to understand what's going on. You need to be able to keep up on topics and find out what makes your channel different. You don't want to imitate, like a lot of people start out by imitating, but there comes a point where you have to branch off away from imitating to find your own self as a person. So once you do all that and you get it out the way, then everything else is good. And so it's really, really cool. So I think for YouTube, you should just focus on finding your way of making your channel special. Okay.
Nix wants to know how you come up with these stories.
Well, they come from a real place. So these stories that me and Nix talked on the phone the other day, called, and I don't know, like he was crying, and I'm like, bro, what happened? And I was like, bro, is this serious? Bro, she won't call me back. And I was like, well, you know, I mean, we'll go into that after the Discord. Okay. But I was just like, but no, man, the stories, I'm just really good creating stories and just laughing, and like I'm very like a visual person, so that's all it really is. So since I'm really visual and I just have fun, and I did theater, I did all that, like speech classes. I did theater, man.
You're a thespian?
No, man, you know how
you're a thespian.
High school.
You're a thespian. That's so cute.
What? I did theater. I was a beast.
So you're
I'm good
fake
at
as fuck, is what you're saying. It's all
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all an act.
I'm faker than a Millie Rock. Listen.
I don't even know what the whole thing is.
It's a dance. But but nah, man, I did all that. It's just, and I'm just like real visual. I did art for like 8 years, so it's like I'm always like creative with things that I do. So it's like really fun.
All right, Rio. Mandy wants to know, if you don't know who Mandy is, she's my girlfriend. She is the better half of this couple by far, and way more savage than I'll ever be. We call her Mandy Savage, but she had a question before she left, and she wants to know, what's your favorite type of burrito?
Favorite type of burrito? A quesarito?
Wait, what?
Quesarito.
Like from fucking Taco Bell?
Yep, it's a quesarito.
That's your
I'm
favorite.
mad.
You live in Florida. What do you know?
Wow, state racist.
I
But
don't think that's a thing.
it is today. State racist. But nah, man, that's about it. I mean, quesadillas. I'm not really into burritos. Like, I don't really eat burritos. I'm like into like seafood, island food.
We're done here.
We're done because I don't really what?
Burritos are life. Bro, did you see that sushi that I sent you on Snapchat?
Yeah, I saw the sushi. I love sushi.
Sushi's the bee's knees.
Yeah, sushi's pretty dope. I love sushi. I've been eating sushi probably longer than you.
How old are you even? You act like I'm like way younger than you.
How old do you even think I am? Don't look at my face because my face will lie to you.
I don't know, 28?
Oh my god, are you trying to give me the 8 because of Kobe? Come on, man. I'm older than Tori. No, I wish I was. I'm it's like 6 months younger than Tori. Freaking hate Tori.
She wants to know how TennoCon was.
How TennoCon was? TennoCon was great.
You didn't go.
I mean, I went to Canada. So it's all that matters. I'm trolling Tori in her next.
I didn't even see what you said. I didn't hear what you said about your age anyway. But you should probably repeat that.
Oh, I said I'm just 6 months younger than Tori, which she holds over my head. How old is Tori?
I don't know.
You don't know how old Tori is?
I don't stalk her.
That's my ex.
No, she's not. Stop dreaming.
I'm telling you, I'm not dreaming. On Valentine's Day.
She told you no, is what she said.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you're almost 30. Yeah, I'm older than you. I'm about to be 31.
Okay. Bro, I'm not. No, that we were fighting over age. Like, now you're trying to make it competitive. Like,
I'm not competitive at all. Speaking of competitive, we have another bet to settle. You're talking shit about Destiny.
I'm better than you.
No, you're not. So when are we gonna settle this?
September
Monday Night
6th.
Raw, Destiny 1, me and you.
September 6th.
I'm gonna smack you so hard, kid. You're not even ready.
Bro, I'm gonna body you.
You would. I get headshots. You know that song? You know that song? Boom, headshot.
Let me tell you
that's
something.
based off me. That's based off me.
Let me tell you something. You're gonna hear a slight clap because that's when you know it gets real. Just because you came from Destiny over to Warframe and you're going back to Destiny and I'm talking trash to you on Destiny, don't think you got a one-up on me, bro. I also played Destiny.
No.
Wait,
you participated. You participated in Destiny.
Still on my game.
You participated. You didn't play it.
Oh my freaking gosh, bro. And I was with Nick's over his house. He played. I'm kidding. But what did you say?
I got no more questions. We got to do our random generated question though. Are you ready?
Yeah.
There's sometimes they're really stupid, so you know I can't.
That's fine.
I'm not
I
responsible.
talk to you daily, so it's not really a surprise.
Oh, I guess. What's your favorite subject in school?
Math.
Math.
How
high in math did you get to? What's your favorite subcategory of math?
My favorite math was geometry. I did all the way through. I did geometry, algebra 2. I tried algebra 3 and I was really good at it. But the thing is with math is just that I like the problem. Well, with geometry was good because I understood what I was going towards. And then when I got the algebra, I was just like, okay, what is X? Okay, what is getting to X? Explain to me what's there. And then a lot of my teachers couldn't explain it to me, so then I had tutors. And then one of my tutors was just like, of course, a chick. And she was just like so great at explaining, and I was just like, dang, I love this. And I just started loving math, and that actually falls into like Endgame as well back in Warframe, to where I like going and seeing things and testing things out. So that's my favorite. Yeah.
Ooh, and on that last question, we got the double Kuva 5,000. What?
There's a 5,000 Kuva you can get?
If you use a Shemitah cap. You have a chance to double the resource drop.
What?
Did I just teach you something?
You did, because I don't use the cats.
There you go. That's why you use the cat.
I just thought you had. Okay. So, like, okay. All right.
All right. Well, man, thank you for spending the last hour and 15 minutes with me. I appreciate you, and thank you for everything that you've done for me as a friend. So, well, this is the last time. This is the last bit of the stream. This is your time to either ask me a question and embarrass me, or you can just go out with an open, like a statement, an overall statement.
Well, I would never go out with a statement. Well, so one thing I always wanted to ask is this: like, how did you die on Earth?
You have to be more specific.
I don't know. I just seen hit revive, so I want to know how did you die on Earth.
Oh, just now?
No, I mean the other day. I seen you playing and you died on Earth when I was in the stream.
It's probably a Kuva siphon. And
No, it wasn't a Kufa siphon.
I was on Loki.
No, you wasn't.
What do you want?
You was on max armor strength Valkyrie, and I was trying to figure out how you died on Earth.
You're lying.
No, I'm dead serious.
I don't even have a max armor strength out here, so you're lying.
You know what?
Busted.
I'm just gonna tell you this. I'm just gonna tell you this. If the last portion you don't want to answer and you really wanted me to go out the regular way, I mean that's fine. If you don't have to answer, I'm not gonna put you on the spot. You're a man of your word, I should say. So basically, do what you like. If you don't want to answer, you can, message it to me, slide in my DMs on Twitter. So I mean everything's cool. I mean it was great. It was so great being here. Thank you for having me, Goku. Everything was fantastic, man. This community is just fantastic all around. You as being a friend, a caster, and just somebody that I can go to when times are tough, and I can really just, and set me straight on life values. Also, Nyx, and to all the other great casters out there, Neo, Tori, you guys, I look up to you for inspiration on a daily day. So I'm very thankful to have you people in my circle, or just in my life in general. And shout out to Warframe, Becca. Thank you for trolling me at TennoCon and Ash, and you're forever, Garbo. So thank you guys for everything, and I'm just so happy to be here.
You're stupid.
Okay, probably just a little bit, right?
Yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate you.
Hey, no worries, bro. It's all love, man.
Yeah, man. I'll hit you up in Discord later on. I'm gonna just exit this out and then continue on the grind.
All right, bro. Keep it up, man. Much love, bro. Much love. I'll use mag for you in another long run. Much love. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Send us out. Give us a real outro.
Okay. All right. So let's do this like YouTube. I feel like I haven't done this in so long since yesterday. All right. Hey guys, thank you guys for coming through. Much love. I freaking love you guys so much. Thank you all for being here, because you didn't have to be. If you guys did like this, be sure to click a thumbs up in the YouTube video when it's been uploaded. Probably say something nice about Goku, because I was the star of the show. He didn't really say anything. So other than that, you guys have a great time. God bless and stay safe. Peace and prosperity. Oh, that was nice. I'm gonna start saying that.
Okay. All right. Thank you,
all right, later, dude.
Later. Thank you guys for watching. This has been episode 16 of TennoView. I love your fucking faces. I'm out.